Hi, good morning, and welcome again to another edition of Market Analysis for today, Monday, the 24th, July the 24th, 2023. My name is Giovanni Betancourt, analyst, trader, and educator with Vantage Markets. Alrighty, well, then we're going to have a nice, very busy week. We have tech earnings, we have Fed rate call, we have inflation data. So it is going to be a bumper week ahead for investors and one that could provide plenty of answers to the burning questions around the second half of the year. So the Federal Reserve will make its latest interest rate decision on Wednesday, but will it be the last one? Most people are saying yes, or more people are saying may not be the last one. So then that's going to be followed by the European Central Bank and the Bank of Japan. So a flurry of economic data combined with the Fed's preferred inflation metric Friday will also keep investors busy. So if that's not enough, more than 150 S&P 500 companies will report this week, offering clues about the health of the U.S. consumer. So it's hard to predict what's going to steal the show, but it could be the big tech earnings. Now, talking about big tech earnings, the Nasdaq 100 will also be doing a rebalancing today, and that rebalancing meaning that, for example, some metrics as of Friday, the weight of Microsoft was 12.8. Today, when it comes on, it'll be 9.8%. Apple is 12.1. When it comes online today, will be 11.5. Just to mention those two big names. Obviously, there's more around like Nvidia, Google, Amazon, and whatnot, Tesla, and Meta. But out of this rebalancing, we could see a bump in weight, and those could be Starbucks, Bookings, Gilead Science, Intuitive Surgical Devices, just to mention some. So that being said, let's take a look at what we could see then for the indices today. So far, we've seen how the Nasdaq is kind of a flattish, balancing itself out, waiting for this to pop up. So in this rebalancing, one thing that we could expect, obviously, is that as the Nasdaq rebalances its weight, some smaller companies will receive some added weight. So just like the ones that I mentioned. So by that, money managers, portfolio managers are gonna have to increase their sizes on those positions that they already have open. For example, if they have already positions in Apple or Microsoft and whatnot, since the rebalancing, it will imply that the weight of Apple, for example, today will be less than it was on Friday, sorry. That means that they will have to come in, obviously, and pick up some of that lag on the weight. So that will probably bring some buying fury into the markets. That could be 1% perspective to look at it. So the markets will probably make a jump, perhaps even pass our resistance line and come all the way to 16,000. If the other scenario is to be seen, that for example that the index with the rebalancing actually drops, okay, at the open, it drops. Well, we have 15,400 as my closest support level for that, but obviously 15,000 could be the psychological one for it. So there's two scenarios could be, and the third one obviously that we could probably just continue to move sideways on this. So for now, the Nasdaq is further, the RSI is further away from entering overbought territory. So that could be a scenario to be played out. Then we have the S&P that 150 companies are going to be reporting this week. So we could probably see more momentum to the upside on the S&P. RSI is already about to enter the overbought territory. But like I said, within the RSI 75 will be that resistance for it. So we could probably see a nice jump above 4,600 and beyond that, revisiting that high of July 19th could be another scenario. 4,620 could be a far-fetched target, but to the momentum to the upside could be favored. Then the Dow has been just making really nice moves to the upside. 10 consecutive uh, sessions to the upside has been in the futures market. But we could continue to probably see that momentum, but we are in the overbought territory. So will we see some sort of a pullback correction? that could be the case. Correction down to 35,300 could be contemplated, and then take another attempt to the upside. But so far, right now, the momentum is to the upside. So go with it. Then we have crude oil that has broken out of this triple top that has been created for the last couple of days. So now we fluctuating towards the $78 handle. That's a psychological resistance level. The RSI is further away from being overbought, so we could contemplate that the momentum to the upside will continue. $79 will be my target. Then we have Nat Gas, which is also making pretty nice upward movement. RSI is further away from entering overbought territory. So 280 is just a short-lived uh, target for it. So let's see what happens. Then we have gold that has been trading lower. So gold, for us to come and see gold going back up to 1980 is going to be something more of a demand than whatnot. So obviously, economy is coming online, staying online. The Chinese economy is not doing so. So perhaps we could probably see just a sideways movement on gold, just fluctuating around the 1960, trying to stay above water, above the 1960, 1970 will be that initial resistance target for it. Let's see what happens. Silver, on the other hand, is looking as a more of a stronger correction to the downside. So $24 will be my target selling silver. Then copper, the copper just really has has just been, and I think this momentum to the downside have found some support. So now copper will it really just come back where it opened and trade around at 380, which should be my pivot point for it, and just trade around that. That thing that's the best scenario for it. I'm out of copper. Then we have Bitcoin that is just trading lower. It has broken out of this sideways movement that has been for about a week, and then it just plummeted towards the 29,000 marker. It rebounded from here. So right now it's just kind of recuperating itself, but I don't know. Let's see if that will be the case. I'm out of Bitcoin anyhow. The currencies, the euro, after making a nice rally to the upside 112, it retraced back almost toward 113, retraced, has been just making lower highs and lower lows. So we are in a downtrend. So 110 could be a reversal number around here. Let's see if that will happen. But if the dollar index continues to appreciate, then the movement to the downside will continue. As far as the pound goes, the pound is also just really more of a foreseen downturn movement. So 127.50 is my support. Let's see that will happen, or will 128 just be the psychological support level for it and stay above that. So all of those levels of support levels could be touched if the dollar index just happens to pop above the 101 instead of above 101 and just start climbing towards 101.5. We will see a decline in the metals currencies indices. But if we continue to just uh, to if it turns around and it happens to lose some footing and that support and fluctuates back down to 150, then we'll see a rally on those metals, energies, and currencies. All right, that's it for me today. Have a fantastic trading day. I will see you tomorrow. I have my webinar. I invite you to come along.